Happy holidays and welcome to FlameFlash.net podcast, episode 85. Able to record a lot earlier than usual because, hey, I'm on vacation. A wonderful thing, let me tell you. It's been invigorating watching the kids enjoy the holidays, enjoying Christmas, and pushing to 90. That's right. But we'll get to that. We'll start out with the Raptor Report. From bottom, work our way up like usual. In last place on the Raptor Report is Super Mario 3D Land. Strong game, continues to be strong. I think I need to go in and research a star coin. I absolutely hate when I get stuck on a star coin just because I have no idea where it is. Most of the time, exploration is key, and that's all you have to do is run around and explore a little bit extra. But for whatever reason, sometimes you just get stuck. So that's probably what I have to do and why I've set it aside, but that's just my guess. So in the last week, Christmas kicked in, and didn't do a lot of extra playing, it looks like, of new stuff until Christmas kicked in. So the first thing that comes up is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale for the PS3. Now I have to be specific, and we'll get to that in a moment, but it's perfect. My one beef so far is that when playing a multiplayer local match, only player 1 is leveling any of the characters. So alternate who's player 1. Just every round switch. That way every character that the family likes is going to get leveled a little bit. Other things are going to be unlocked. Other customization options are going to happen. This way, Kratos doesn't end up being level 40 while everybody else is still sitting there at 2 or 1. Just because you're playing on a local multiplayer. Now, going online? Psh, no problem. No problem. Action is fast-paced and satisfying. Now, Raptor Report only shows about half an hour on the PS3. Personally, the kids have quite enjoyed it and racked up a few trophies for me. It's good. It's very good. And with PlayStation Plus and the backing up, it's even better. Now, why is PlayStation Plus and the ability to back up so important? Because the next thing on the Raptor Report is Welcome Park for Vita. For Vita. Flame Flash is entering the world of the Vita. It is a scary world because supposedly there aren't a lot of games out for it. But when you look at, well, what's available, what's out there, Welcome Park is, the, hey, let's get used to Vita's controls, let's look at some of Vita's features, that kind of thing. You oddly can earn trophies by going through. I guess they just wanted to encourage people to actually use them and use this. So I might actually even go back just to get more trophies, which is strange. Probably not, but we'll see. Now, my biggest beef has been and always will be the memory card issue. So, to combat it, Red Flare got for me the Uncharted combo pack. So, it's the white Vita, the special edition white Vita, and it came with a 4 gig memory card. Grab your laptop, your computer, use these. Don't use your PS3. Don't eat up the space on your PS3 just holding backups for your Vita, because you can get a utility online. What's it called? Should have had that. Content Manager Assistant for the Vita. Now, on the Vita itself, Content Manager Assistant will let you either synchronize Wi-Fi, USB, or upload to PlayStation Plus, all your save files. So this means once you download your games, if you're cursed with only one memory card, you can copy all of those games via USB to your computer. This baby has a terabyte hard drive in it. One of the reasons I got it was for backing up. Wasn't sure what I was going to be backing up, but the Vita works. And you can go from there. So you can swap in, swap out games just as though you're swapping out cartridges, really. However, I like my games being more readily available than having to sit and wait for that copy progress bar. So we went this route. Those of you on the video feed can see I am holding an SD card case, little plastic case with a number 3 on it, with a Vita 4 gig memory card. Amazon had a sale on the 4 gig memory card. Buy one, get one free, basically. I think it was something like $10 instead of the usual $20. Awesome. So now we're up to 3 memory cards. I grabbed some of these spare little plastic cases, sharpied numbers on them, and then made a rich text document in Dropbox. Yes, I'm that anal retentive. Sorry. But I'm organized. So deal with it. That number 3 card that I was just holding up has Uncharted, Golden Abyss, and Mutant Blob's Attack. Uncharted eats up a huge amount of space. Absolutely huge. I'm surprised they managed to fit it all on one memory card. But then they probably had to limit the size to smaller than the 4 gig just because some people might only have the 4 gig. But on that on that document, I'm able to keep track of what's on what memory card. The active memory card goes in one of my game cases, because I have a physical game case as well. Yay, Persona 4. And that's also where Assassin's Creed 3 is hiding at Liberation at the moment. I've been hungry for a old school JRPG that it can travel with me like a good book. But games. Vita games. The next item on the Raptor report is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale for the Vita. Cloud saves. So when the kids are leveling up on the television back here, they're also leveling up my characters on the Vita. The one downside is, because they're leveling up on the Vita or on the PlayStation, I can't seem to invite them to play with me. So I can't cross-play versus locally. I would have to create an entirely new profile, probably on the PS3, for versus play. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, since I could just pick up a controller. But if I was elsewhere and had an internet connection and wanted to interact with the kids a little bit, I would need some kind of alternate extra login to manage to do it. And then I'd lose all my progress. So that's my one beef so far with PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. It's a really good game. If you have a PS3, if you've been holding back on it, give it a shot. Give it a try. I quite liked it. PlayStation Plus provided all of the other games, minus Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation and Persona Golden 4. So we have Retro City Rampage, Jet Set Radio, Facebook, Netflix, YouTube, live tweets, Skype. All of these fit on another memory card. So there's memory card number 2. Memory card number 1 is going to have Gravity Rush, Wipeout, 2048, Field Runners. Love that game. Love that mini. It's just a tower defense mini. It's satisfying. And then my save files for my cartridges. Organized. Now, would I rather have a 32 gig card and not have to do swapping? Of course. Who wouldn't? But this works. And I think it's going to work well. I can easily swap around if need be, because, for instance, Ratchet & Clank Full Frontal Assault, haven't had a chance to play it yet myself. The kids have been earning me trophies on it. And come January, that also is getting a Vita version. So I don't know where I'm going to be tossing the download for that. But I'll probably say delete Gravity Rush just long enough to download it, transfer it to the laptop, and then transfer Gravity Rush back on until I finish it. I don't know how I'll work it out. Maybe we'll get get lucky and find some more memory cards on sale somewhere. 8 gig? That'd be nice. Have to reorganize. But PlayStation Battle All-Stars Royale on the Vita is just as good. The controls are ever so slightly different. So to do your ultimate, you're not tapping R2 because that doesn't exist on the Vita. You're tapping R1. To pick up an item then, rather than R1, you're tapping the screen. So that throws you off just a little bit when transitioning between the two, but not enough that it's painful. Not enough that once you're used to the fact that otherwise the controls are the same, you're going to be fine. Good game. I've been torn on actually how to keep track of my progress between Vita and PS3, if I should just track on one or the other, but I'm earning trophies in both places, so I'm going to track in both places, unlike, say, Magic the Gathering 2012, where, physical card dealing, I do it there too. Civ 5. Now, what fits better on a vacation than a bit of Civ 5? It's one of those games, as a parent, where you can go and pick a child up, have them in your lap, you're clicking around with one hand, no problem. It's not going to be intensive like All-Stars Battle Royale or Mario, anything Mario, or Dungeon Defenders. It's not going to be intensive. You're monitoring your world. You're taking it over. One tank at a time. And over this break, I finally completed the campaign with the space victory. So now I believe we have conquest and space. I think it's time to go for a culture victory. We'll see. We'll see. Might even try, a Pangea-like planet. Just for something different. Haven't done that before. Usually I go Archaea Pelagilo. Ooh, I can't pronounce that at all. Or continents. Oh, Pangea with all the civs. That'd be really interesting. I'll have to look into that. Dungeons Defenders shows up. Now, the absolutely horrid thing on the PS3 version, 4-year-old son went in and deleted older son's mage. May the mage rest in peace. Those of you familiar with the game will cringe in terror and pain as I say that son's mage was level 70. Yes, 70. For those of you not familiar with Dungeon Defenders, the level cap is 100. So he was over halfway there. Very painful. Poor kid. He tried to make up for it. I wish he'd told one of us when it happened, because then I could have restored via PlayStation Plus. But the auto backup happened that night, and we didn't know. So instead we found my monk was also gone. My monk was only around 20 though. And multiple knights where those characters should have been. The good news, the gear is in place. So if he's willing to make a new mage and level him all the way back up, he'd be able to put the same gear back on his character that he had before. That's not too shabby. It's a shame, but at least it's a recoverable shame. Last but not least, on the Raptor Report this week, World of Warcraft. We hit 90, the wife and I, on our pair of druids, our mains. We entered Pandaria separately, quested separately for a little bit, and then kind of synced up near the end. She was hitting a wall, being a pure resto, and being the guardian that I am, I was able to feral charge in and come to the rescue, swiping all the way. I've ventured forth a little bit now, as far as getting ahead with dailies is concerned, but the other quest lines, the other quest achievements, we'll try to complete together. Probably. We'll see. Received an acknowledging smile from her. We also have our Mage Priest pair to level, so it's kind of that tough decision point of, do we level our Mage Priest, or do we go and level, or do we just complete quests on Druid? Very tough. Very tough. Worst case scenario, I'll do what I did last time, which was leveled my Death Knight, caught up to Red Flare's Druid, and then swapped out. So then suddenly she still had a tank on her side, but it was now a Death Knight. We'll see. We'll see. I also have my Warlock to still level up through Pandaria. And then my Shaman is 88. The one paired with the Sun. So he's almost a level cap. Quite impressive. Quite impressive indeed. But that's the Raptor Report this week. And the Raptor Report this week ate quite a bit of time. So it's fortunate that there's not that much on the random Flame Flash news. 5.2 is in the works. Lots of rumored changes, odd pieces here and there. Quite a few changes to the farm, for instance. I now have 8 slots. On my Druid, at least. lots of rumors at the moment. Data mining. We have the official 5.2 potential patch notes, but that's not saying much at all. So it's out there, floating around. We'll see. We'll wait and see. Me, I'm going to continue doing the tillers so I can finally get that flippable table. If you're unfamiliar with the flippable table gag, search for it on Monk of Mists. .wordpress.com. I'll leave it at that. You can get there also. There's a link on flameflesh.net. Search for it there. Fun backstory. Ties in a little real life with Red Flare. Diablo 3 news. The PvP mode is canned. Just too difficult to balance all of the abilities and still make it fun. Kind of understandable. Excuse me. Transitioning from the digital to the real. Iowa has a very unique take on, well, equality. Okay, it has a complete lack of understanding of equality. The Iowa Supreme Court ruled recently that an attractive woman could be fired for being attractive. That's it. That's the only reason given. Now, we don't know all of the story in defense of the employer. However, on its surface, the ruling says, hey, ladies of Iowa, it's time to start wearing burqas, or else you could get fired just for attractiveness. It's like taking, I don't know, a 30-year step backwards. But that's a dad of two girls talking. And in tech, NASA is considering the feasibility, the budgetary feasibility, of lassoing an asteroid. Yeah, nothing can go wrong with that plan at all. There's a Bruce Willis movie regarding this. Oh, yeah. Huh. I'm just going to shake my head. I'm sorry for those just on the audio version, but that's almost as crazy as the Iowa Supreme Court ruling. The goal is to have it be a way station between Earth and Mars. Someplace to stop, refuel, resupply, stretch your legs. Neat idea. Neat plan. Really cool. We'll just have to wait and see. The theory is amazing to think about. But that's all it is right now, the theoretical. So, as another week rolls over, and we complete episode 85 of Flameflash.net podcast, want to remind everybody, Raptr.com, raptr.com/Flameflash. I'm over there, of course, over on Flameflash.net as well. But if you're wanting all the gaming info, that's the best place to stop. Also on Twitter, of course. But most of that is all over there on Raptr. So no need to worry about it. And if it's not on Raptr, it's on Flameflash.net. So have a happy new year. And we'll see you on the other side. Good night.